Hey everybody, How to Get Away with It director Andrew Dunlop here. In the editing process right now in post-production, and I'm just going to demonstrate for you a rotoscoping effect that I'm doing to add a city into the background of some shots. So as you can see, here is our plate shot. It's an angle on Reese, and behind him is a blank window. Now the window is not blacked out. There are actually buildings outside across the street, probably about 100 feet away in the distance. But during the production, all the residents that lived across the street thought it'd be really funny if they didn't turn on a single light during the entire production. So we have what looks like nothing outside. So now city lights are very important to the plot. I'm not going to reveal why. So I needed to add them in. So I'm just going to demonstrate quickly how I added them in. So as you can see, here is our shot. Reese talking, etc., etc. And here are the city lights that I'm going to add. As you can see, they form the shape of the blinds. This was achieved by going to Photoshop, essentially, very quickly selecting the blinds, the space that the blinds occupy, and overlaying my city, and then cutting out all the negative space, and then saving that as a PNG file. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to duplicate my plate shot. So now I have two of them right here. And then I'm going to take my city shot and I'm going to put it right in between the two plate shots. So if I turn off the top layer plate shot, you'll see my city through the blinds, and I'll fix that up and make it look all pretty and shit. So let's just turn these off and let's turn my duplicate plate shot back on. So I'm going to open this up, an editing tab, and I'm going to use the roto brush and select Reese, cutting him out of the background. So, okay, just going to refine my rotoscope. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to save like every few steps because I don't trust computers. And then I'm going to go through each frame of this shot and just make sure that my rotoscope is correct and that there are no obvious errors or diversions from Reese's cutout. So we'll skip through the video very fast right now while I go through this. Okay, we are done cutting Reese out from the background. So as you can see here, the background is completely gone. It's just blank now, and Reese has been successfully cut out from the background, and his outline seems to follow the rotoscope, or the rotoscope seems to follow his profile quite nicely. So I'm going to add in the windows. As you can see, my windows are here, and that looks pretty nice. It's still very jagged. So what I do with the cutout layer is I'm going to feather it 100%, and I'm going to increase the smoothing by a few points so that the edges of Reese's face are they're not too harsh, so it doesn't look like a paper cutout. And then I'm going to throw in my background plate shot, and as you can see, that looks pretty good, except the windows don't look realistic. Because they're not. Well, so what I'm going to do with the PNG window layer file, I mean the exterior city light file, is I'm going to change the blending mode to screen, so I still get some reflection from inside the room. And then I'm under stylize, I'm going to add a roughen edges effect, but I'm going to decrease the edge sharpness to 0, so it gives it a nice blur, and increase the border size. And that's how I throw in a city background. That's how I make it look like there's actually people out there. So there's without the city, and there it is with the city, lights in the background. And we can see here, Reese, he interacts nicely with it, and doesn't seem to be problematic whatsoever. So let's save that and bring that back into my timeline. and have to do this about 600 million times because no one thought to turn on any lights across the street. So that's all I wanted to show you. Thanks.